Hello, this is a tutorial on Storybird for Waynesburg University Graduate Course 505, Introduction to Educational Technologies. This is Terry Morriston, and I hope to walk you through a brief tour of Storybird. Storybird is a software package, a Web 2.0 package that allows you and your students to make, as they say, art-inspired stories that will remind you more of a children's book. Just because it reminds you of a children's book, however, don't presume they can only be used at the elementary level. We're going to see a lot of great ways to use Storybird with both high school and adult students in our tutorial tonight. The first thing that you need to do with Storybird is to make your account. So you're going to go to storybird.com, and then you're going to go to the login screen or the create an account screen, depending on whether or not you have an account. Here's sign in if you already have an account. Here's sign up if you don't. If you already have an account, you're going to sign in, but if you're just signing up, you want to sign up for a teacher's account. So right here you can see it says teacher class, and if you do that, you're going to get the option to create accounts for your students, to create a class library, and then to have the ability as a teacher to go in and look at your student work. Storybird is one of the very few sites that will actually give you those options on the free version. I already have an account, so we're joining my account already. Remember that when you make your own account, you want to use a name that you're comfortable with the students seeing. The very top of the screen for Storybird, you're going to see the basic tabs. You, which is your profile, Classes, which is where you can set up your class page, Create, which is where you're going to make your Storybird, and Read, where you can explore storybirds that have already been made. So in case you haven't seen a Storybird before, we're going to take a look at some. One of my colleagues, Mrs. Ashley Vollmer at Peters Township High School, has been using Storybird for a few years in her junior, that's 11th grade, American History class. And she has kindly agreed to let us take a look at some of the work that her students have done, so you can get an idea of what a Storybird can do. Before we look at her students' work, I'm going to point out that on the teacher page, you have a list of your students, okay, where you can add students. You have a page where you can put your assignments for all your students to see. You have a library where all the students can see other students' work, as well as the teacher can see the work. You have a place for discussion, and then Storybirds can be sold, which is something that I think you have to consider your school policies before you can do. And then, of course, your settings. So this is all the options that are available to the teacher. So here we are in the library for Mrs. Vollmer's class. And remember that her assignment is about the Cold War. And so you're going to see that all of her Storybirds made by her students are related to the Cold War. If you could read these titles, they say things like Space Race, Reach for the Stars, The Great Race, and so forth. And we're going to take a look at one of my favorites. This one is called Joe McWolfie, and when I walk you through this Storybird, you'll see right away that you can tell exactly what part of the Cold War these two students were making their Storybird. And remember, it's going to look a lot like a children's book. So we click on the Storybird, and then we click where we can open the page. It's moving to full screen, and let's just walk through. It's our cover. This is Joe McWolfie. He is head of the animal pack. He goes after those he does not like. McWolfie gave a speech to the other animals in the pack about animals he does not like. Joe does not like the pigs. He calls them pinkists. Joe McWolfie was telling all the animals that the pinkists are taking everything away from the pack. They are dangerous, and if we don't stop them, they will come after us next. Joe McWolfie got rid of many of the pinkest pigs. Joe McWolfie questioned a lot of the animals accuse them of being pinkist, and put them into jail even if they did not do anything bad. A lot of the animals in the pack got very mad at this. This is Demo. He works for the animal government and does not like what Joe McWolfie is doing because he thinks it is not fair. He signs a paper to stop what Joe McWolfie is doing. McWolfie is kicked out of the animal pack for abusing his power as head of the pack. Demo talked to the animals and explained that Joe McWolfie is a bad guy and tried to make the good animals look like pinkists. That is why he is not our leader anymore. Now we can live happily together. The end. The students in the Storybird we just watched chose to parody Joseph McCarthy and McCarthyism from the 1950s. They portrayed him as a wolf and then the other animals as the pigs. Doing that takes a certain level of critical thinking, because even though they're just retelling the McCarthy story, it's the selection of the artwork that gets that mood across, and that's what takes us beyond just repeating the facts of history to something where the students really have to think through. Storybird itself is very simple software. The power in this software, though, comes from the teacher and the assignment that they create. Another possible assignment, for example, would be to take lines from a poem or quotes from a novel and then put that together with the appropriate artwork. You'll want to think a little bit about how you can use Storybird in your classroom while we go through the steps in creating a Storybird. If you want to see what other people have done, more people, you can click Read. Read will show you the public Storybirds that other people have created. Now, some of them are very much childlike, but many of them can be a little bit sophisticated. You'll want to spend some time exploring the Read app. But now, let's go on to how to make a Storybird. To make a Storybird, you're going to click Create. Once you get to the Create page, you will then have to pick your basic artwork theme. You can do that in one of several ways. One is get inspired by art. So you can just look at art that you like or that goes with the theme that you have in mind. And this is where the critical thinking comes in, matching the art to the idea. Or you can go to Theme, and you can see here that you have kangaroo, leopard, sun, cruel, dancer. These can be different every time that you log in. And they used to have something called challenges, was more of a contest, but that's, as they say, on hiatus, gone fishing. So you're really going to take a look at A and B, explore art and explore themes. Today I'm going to choose Friends on a Broomstick. So to begin, I click on the art selection that I've already chosen, and I can see some previews of the type of art right in here, but I next click Start a Storybird. My template is now loading. You will see a list of pages at the bottom of your screen right in here, and you will see artwork here that you can use. When you're ready to add a page, you can click Add a Page. Obviously, you can move from page to page here, and you can remove a page. Most artwork will fit on a page in one of 4 different ways: the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. You don't get a lot of manipulation in it. So let's say that I'm going to start with this piece of art. I click and drag into my Storybird page and let go. There, it's full page. Maybe full page isn't what I wanted. So I'll go back, grab it again, and stop before it spreads to the full page size and let go. Now I have my art on the right side of the page and a text box on the left side of the page. If that wasn't really what I wanted, I'll just grab it again, maybe push it towards the top. Now my art's at the top and my text is at the bottom. But let's say I've changed my mind and this is not the artwork that I like. I'm going to go to a different piece of artwork, click drag, and maybe put this one on the left. Now I'm ready to type my text. You don't really want to type a lot of text on a Storybird, just as a children's book wouldn't necessarily have a lot of text. So I'm probably ready to add a page. So I click Add a Page, and now I have to select another piece of artwork. This time I'm going to put my artwork near the top of the page, and my text box is at the bottom. You continue to build your story until you have everything that you want in place, and then you click Save. When you're totally done, you can click Menu, and you can invite someone to collaborate with you. You can publish this, or you can click Save and Close. In fact, you don't even have to wait until you're totally done. You can invite someone to help you at any point along the way. When you click Publish, you will be asked a few questions and given the opportunity to write a summary and tags to make it, and then decide whether or not you're going to make it private or public. And then you'll click Publish after you've answered those questions. Your Storybird is now in your library, and this is when you can get your embed code. You want to click on Embed and Badges. At that point, you will see the cut and paste area for the embed code is right here, and that should help you. You have two size options, so regular or large, that's up to you. Remember that when using Storybird in the secondary classroom or with adult learners, the power is truly in the assignment that you make. So think through that very carefully, because this is all there is to creating a Storybird. If you need more help on how to create, click the Help button and you'll find general questions and tutorials. I hope this will show you how to use Storybird.